Hi everybody. I just wanted to come on to react briefly to Chantal's last two terribly boring videos. I mean, her videos are awful at the best of times. All we're doing is witnessing a grossly, morbidly obese individual hurling fantastic amounts of food down her gullet in order to gain views, in order to horrify people even further, bringing football to a channel, thereby generating income. Where's this income going? How's it being spent? You aren't buying nice clothes, you aren't decorating your apartment, you aren't travelling, you aren't paying your debts off. To all intents and purposes, you're not benefiting from that money at all, are you? Having said that, having said that, who is benefiting? Let's look at what Salah's got out of you since he first invited you to travel to Kuwait to be his awfully wedded bride. He's gained a bigger apartment. In fact, he's moved twice, hasn't he? Once, then to another one. So he's got a bigger much bigger apartment. I guess it's in his name because it can't be in yours. He's got control over your money. He's got control over your card. So all the things that he buys, all the food that he buys, all the takeouts that are ordered on your card that Salah buys are ordered by Salah but paid for by you. So he's got the apartment, he's got control of your money, he's got control of your channel to all intents and purposes, because there are things that you dare not put on your channel. Well, for two reasons. One major one is because you'd have the Kuwaiti authorities on your doorstep if you tried to get away with the filth that you got away with when you were in Canada. And two, of course, your husband has the final say as to what goes out in his name. But of course it's not going out in his name, is it, Mrs. Al Rafi? Because you don't call yourself that anymore, Mrs. Al Rafi. You don't even call yourself Mariam, do you, Chantal? You took your Shahada, so you're a Muslim. You took the name Mariam because you're a Muslim, but you're not using it. You've admitted that you're a bad Muslim. You don't read the Quran every day. You are not making yourself conversant with the contents of that holy to the Muslim people book. You're just not. So even though you've converted to Islam and you've got the name of Mariam and you've got the Quran that Salah bought you, what exactly are you doing to show that you are intense and devout and all the rest of it? Because I don't see anything. I don't see anything that is remotely devout, that is remotely Islamic, in sitting on a screen and just eating such as Taco Bell at 3 o'clock in the morning. Your last video, or your last but one video. 3 o'clock in the morning while your husband's in bed, in bed somewhere. Where? In your apartment, in his father's apartment, in the second apartment you bought him, in his bachelor's apartment, in the red room. Where? Where is he? What husband would tolerate, if he was in love with his wife and all the rest of it, would tolerate his wife getting up in the early hours of the morning just to gorge and gorge and gorge on junk food, which is unaliving her? I guess you've got open accounts running at these takeout restaurants, and you said that Taco Bell was only going to be open till 5, so you got in there at 3 to make sure you got your fix, your breakfast, your first breakfast of the day. Now, I've got a few little itsy bitsy questions. So one is, what are you getting out of this marriage, Chantal? You've got a Middle Eastern man who can barely stomach you, it would appear. It's business. Remember the fashion show where you said to French fried girl, would she like to go for a meal with you, some poutine? And she declined, and you said, well, it's business only between you and it's business only between you and Salah. Transactional. He gets nada, nada, nada. Oh, no, not nada, nada, nada. Yada, yada, yada. That was a slip of the tongue. And what do you get? You get a ring on your finger. Cheaper ring. You get a man to call your own, temporarily. You get to live in the Middle East on a tourist visa. You're not sponsored. Salah can't sponsor you. He's a Syrian immigrant who may well, if you upset the Kuwaiti authorities, you might find yourself on a plane back to Canada, and he might find himself on a plane to Syria to get into Assad's army there. Wouldn't that be a turnout for the book? After seeing that picture of him with his friends, what were they doing? Putting their boot in on Assad's face? I don't think that's going to go down very well. Anyway, so what have you got? You've got a husband, a Middle Eastern husband. You've got your Kuwaiti place. You've got, you can say, I told you so. I have travelled. I have got a husband. But at what cost? What has Salah got? Well, he's had 2 upgrades of apartments. He's got control over all your money. He's got control over your debit card, because you said he has. So he might pay for everything, as in handing over the cash and getting the cash out, what have you. But it's your cash he's dealing with. So he's got his apartments, he's got the money, he's got a new car, he's got investments in his Aldiv tea, whatever that perfume business is. You've invested in it, and you're going to help get him on Amazon. He's got YouTube fame or infamy, if you like. So if anything happened to you, I don't doubt that he will have complete control over your channel, over the couple's channel, over his own channel. But I think he'd probably do well just to concentrate on the one. I don't think concentrating on more than one would be in his best interests. I think it'd be too much for him. And being the sort of suspicious-minded person that I am, or no, not suspicious-minded, just out of interest. You're looking terribly unwell, Chantal. You're trying to walk on that beach. You can't even stand up straight and breathe. You can't sit down like I am now. You can't sit down and talk and breathe easily. You have to sleep with a CPAP on. And even then, you can't sleep. You're up at all hours making videos in order to keep the money coming in. So what's next on the cards? Your health is going rapidly downhill on the decline as your weight is going up. So what does that tell you is going to happen? Because it tells me that the next arc is going to be an arc from the emergency room. I just hope that your insurance covers you, because it's going to be expensive. And I hope that Salah himself has you insured. It does enter my mind as to whether he has you insured, and that's why he's taking you on all these evening walks, not to get you fits. Because frankly, if he wanted you fit and he wanted you healthy, it would be starting off with the amount of junk that is going into your body. And he would be encouraging you to do moderate exercises in an air-conditioned environment, not be walking around in a wind-driven, sun-blown deserts in the early hours of the morning, in all that humidity, when you can't catch your breath. That to me, I don't know, say it's me, it just seems a little bit sinister. Could be me, could be my age, I don't know. Tell me I'm wrong.